So we'll go ahead and get started. In the interest of time, we just want to be respectful to all of you guys. And first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for coming over this morning and for an opportunity for us to celebrate our Insight program. Insight is a program that we started here in juvenile court in 2000. And so if you do the math, that was a long time ago. And I remember very well how we got started on it. I had gone to one of our juvenile justice conferences, the TJCSA conferences, and I was, young, 20-something, and inspired, energetic youth services officer. And I sat in the back of the class and I listened to a program that was happening in Williamson County where they were educating young people in their county about the use of drugs and alcohol and the impact that it would have on their lives. And I said, we're not doing anything like that in Williamson County, but I think we should, and I think we could. And so I approached our director at the time, Betsy Agent, and said, what if we wrote a grant and started a program? And we modeled it after the existing program, but we did it without purchasing their entire curriculum. So we kind of created what they had, but built it ourselves. We wrote a grant through at the time there was a JAIBG grant that was out there that provided some funding for this kind of thing. And it was administered through TCCY. And that launched this vision to be able to educate young people who were mostly first offenders and to be able to make an impact on them. And 25 years later, I would say that we have done that. All of you would agree that the Insight program has been something that our court has been very proud of. And there's been a lot of different chapters for the Insight program. Back when we first started, I was really energetic, and we ran that program on 3 Friday nights in a month and a full day on Saturday. And so over time, again, the early chapter kind of leading into a middle chapter, somewhere along the way, approximately 17 years ago, Derek Smith came into our juvenile court lives. And Derek has a powerful story as a local resident here in Williamson County that he's going to share with you today. But to be able to offer a place for our young people to hear his story has just been incredible for us as a court, and a real privilege for us to be able to allow kids to hear that. And so when Derek committed to the Insight program, I'm not sure he realized how much of a commitment he was making. But literally, for all of these years, he has been by our side and willing to volunteer his time to come and speak to these young people. So today, we celebrate because every good thing comes to an end at some point. And so what we have determined as a court system is that this program might need to take a rest for a little while. And so that's what we're going to do. But in the process, we wanted an opportunity to, first of all, gather and celebrate Derek and his commitment, and Jay, who couldn't be here today. But we're not forgetting about Jay Fahey, don't worry. Because both of those gentlemen have consistently contributed to our message to our young people. So that's why we're here today, and I'm going to invite Derek to come up and tell his story one more good time in this courtroom.
Sure. All right. Well, good morning. This was unexpected and extremely generous, and thoughtful gesture. So I was looking back actually through my emails this morning just to see how long this had been, and I saw where I had first communicated with Betsy Agent, and it said sent from my BlackBerry. So it's been that many years ago. So a lot of time has changed, but it's been a privilege to be a small part of this. So it's truly been a blessing to me to be able to come here and speak to these young people. And I can't tell you how many times I've had some of them come back. Years later, I'll see them at a restaurant, or I'll see them, just around town, and they'll come back and just say, hey, I was in Insight. I remember you. I remember your story. It's kind of stuck with me, and here's what I'm doing now. And that's, sometimes you get up here and you kind of bare your soul in front of people, and you wonder, am I still making is there an impact in there? Is there something there? And that's that validation. That's that affirmation that, hey, you know what? Somebody heard it. At least this young man, heard something in there. Could see himself in that in some way in that story, and has made steps to alter course. And so that's been a true blessing. So I want to thank you for inviting me in to do this. It's been tremendous, and all of this, of course, is just was unexpected and just very, 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 very kind. So
Well, thank you, Derek. Seriously. Now don't go anywhere. Come back up here. We've got some things for you.
So I wrote down just a few things to kind of, bring things back home a little bit here and find a way to honor you. We put our head together to try to figure out the best way to honor you, Derek. And the first thing we came up with here was a plaque. And on this plaque, I want to point out that it says, for sharing your story so that others may choose wisely enough. So there's a plaque for you as well. Absolutely. And the other thing we came up with was a watch. And on the back side of this watch, we had engraved on there that your story matters. Well, I have a watch for you. So,
wow. Well,
yeah.
Thank you very much. That's very, very kind.
Big thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Derek. Appreciate you so much. Okay, so this concludes our presentation. Thank you guys so much for being here with us.